What's up, YouTube? This is LA Prepper on the way home after another thrilling day in Smurfland. If you watch my live streams regularly, which most people don't, you'll notice it is not 2 a.m. I was at work late last night, and today I can't last till 2 a.m. Maybe I could have, but not going to. So, and it I mean, first world problems, right? But it kind of bugged me because I let my boss know, and he was like, I'm like, look, man, I'm too tired. I gotta go home, dude. I can't. I'm not gonna make it. I was here till 4 a.m. last night. I'm just fucking beat. He's like, well, like, is any work coming your way tonight? And I wanted to respond like, I don't care if you got 10 parts coming my way. I am not coherent enough to concentrate on my work being as tired as I am right now. So it's sort of like, kind of, I just don't understand that question personally. Um, like, I get the checking in with the leads, like, check in and make sure they don't need to help you take care of anything. But like, if I'm telling you I'm not able to work anymore, it's really more of a courtesy. Like, I wasn't asking for permission to go home. I was just letting him know I'm going home. Because they generally don't like you to just take off and be like, oh, I'm going home. It doesn't usually work like that. Oh my. This lady in this Uber next to me, or Lyft or whatever, has one of those like face masks on that doesn't cover your face. I mean, it's like those like shields that you wear when you're grinding? It's like one of those. So literally doesn't stop airflow at all or do anything of that nature. It just causes all your germs to take a slightly longer path to the person next to you, which I think is just so hilarious that people don't even realize how stupid it is. What's up, Kevin? They think like, oh, well, germs are like lasers. They travel in straight lines. Sadly, that's not true. Oh, what'd you do today, Kevin? Anything interesting? I'm tired of talking about myself all the time on this channel, although I guess that's what YouTube's about until you have other people join your stream and whatnot. I feel like crap. I might call in tomorrow if I still feel like crap. I'm tired of going to work feeling like crap. It's kind of crappy. I didn't even talk that much today, and my throat's killing me. Yeah, so that's super fun. Dude, is this a helicopter or a plane? This guy is super low right now. It must be a helicopter. Yeah, we're just driving home. Another day of that Smurf life. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I am up late. I guess most of my channel isn't really up that late because I really don't. I've been doing the live thing now at night for a couple weeks and barely, a viewer or two. But it's fine. I not too. It's gonna be a while before I get monetized based on the algorithm. In fact, even channels that I really like that put out really good content talk about, oh, I got to throw up another video. The algorithm, blah, blah, blah. And it's like we're supposed to be doing this YouTube thing to have a little more independence and have fun, and now we're all becoming like a slave to the system. I mean, I don't feel like I'm a slave. I make videos because I enjoy it, but It would be nice to have like a little production team. Not like I could afford it unless I pay somebody in the Philippines or something. But I like the shooting the video part, the editing, the upload, the titles, the tags, and all that nonsense. I do not enjoy quite as much. But tell me, what's on your mind these days, Kevin? Just out of curiosity, the president, the economy. I don't know if you're retired or not. I can't remember. It's hard to keep track of the different subscribers that I have. Oh. Everyone knows what's on my mind: houses, motorcycles, girls, work, and my car, and I don't know, same stuff that's on my mind every day. Guess better to have something on your mind than nothing on your mind. I am going to go home, probably have exactly 2 beers. Oh, God damn. And go to sleep. Which is definitely a lot better. And the thing about work too is like, if I was like a security guard, or I don't know, if I was a supervisor, that'd be nice, right? I'd just kind of hang out and whatever. But the lights on our floor are super bright, so it's kind of even worse when you're tired, because it's just like, it's almost like torture, because you're just like, God damn, these lights are way too bright right now. Well, I don't know if I'm an interesting person. I appreciate the response. I live a very boring life. My job is somewhat interesting, and I work for a somewhat interesting company. If you ever want to know what company that is, shoot me an email at laprepping@gmail.com, and I'll respond to it in a week or so. I don't talk about it on the channel just because I try to keep a low profile, and I try to maintain my composure online, but there are some comments I make here and there that I wouldn't necessarily want associated with the company I work for. So, but hopefully, the house I'm not. I mean, really, oh fuck, I really am tired. I should show my boss this video of me yawning. Um, like, I'm not making it up, man. I really am tired and feel like crap. Uh, I may or may not do a few more house videos. I'm not usually too sensitive to constructive criticism or people kind of talking smack for their own amusement, but I put my heart and soul into this house. So when I'm doing a lot of repairs and stuff, and then people just kind of like talk shit about how I'm fixing my house, it really doesn't make me want to upload videos about it. Even if people are kind of like poking fun. I'm not the most sensitive person in the world, but sometimes you just don't want to hear it. Like, sometimes it's just not funny, just not amusing. Especially from when it's from the same people, especially when it's like over and over again. Jesus. So, and like the food videos, like I bought a bunch of groceries today, but I know that certain people are gonna leave comments about, oh, why are you buying this? Why are you buying that? And I might just have to start muting people, because kind of some of my subscribers are kind of taking the fun out of my videos by kind of just insisting on talking shit on every video, and I don't know if they think it's endearing or funny or what the deal is, but it's kind of not amusing if you ask me. Yeah, you were. I think you were telling me you were retired. I'll try to remember that. There are letter prepper videos. At least there are a lot of people who consider themselves preppers. Are you going 30 miles an hour? I loosely consider myself a prepper. I'm interested in prepping. I'm doing kind of a terrible job, but I have it kind of just like in the back of my mind. I mean, I'm definitely not a survivalist. I wouldn't call myself an outdoorsman, although I'm no stranger to being outdoors per se, and I'm quite proficient outdoors, generally speaking. Um, But for me, it's kind of like a mindset, right? About just having this idea that what if life kind of turned upside down? Are you doing anything in your current life to make it better? Like it'd be a little more accurate to call myself an emergency preparedness enthusiast or something, right? Because I'm not planning on buying a bunker. I don't have years worth of food. I don't have 5 vehicles and 3 bicycles and 20 spare tires. Um, and I don't fantasize about the end of the world because trust me, life would be a lot shittier than it is now. Yeah, we have Dollar Trees and 99-cent store where I live. I haven't done one recently. Maybe I'll do a video of the stuff that I bought at the store. It's kind of mostly in my fridge and on the counter right now. But yeah, I think those videos are kind of fun. Dollar Tree hauls, 99-cent store hauls. I think I think one of the reasons that I enjoy it personally is that I enjoy sharing what I know and I enjoy learning from other people. So there's just so much stuff out there that it can be really overwhelming if you're not sort of getting some like guidance from someone who has some experience. And I'll give you an example. So this solar system that I'm trying to set up, getting the panels, and so you got to get the panels, then you got to get a charge controller, and you got to get an inverter, and you got to get a battery. Oh, what kind of battery? You got to get a deep cycle battery. Well, do you want a sealed lead acid battery? Do you want an AGM absorbed glass mat battery? Do you want a lithium ion battery? It just like it never ends. What kind of brand do you want? How many amp hours do you want? How many cold cranking amps do you want? How many cells? Do you want to go 6 volt? Do you want to go 12 volt? And it's like you can Google all of that stuff easily. But there's something about a YouTube video. There's something about video that's just really powerful. It's really easy to connect with people. It's really easy to communicate. I find that as far as demonstrating information, video is probably one of the best ways, second perhaps only to in-person instruction. So a video is sort of like your own personal instructor, except anybody who watches the video. Google is absolutely a prepper's friend, and I'm actually about to lose reception, so I got to be a little careful here because I'm close to my house and I kind of have crap reception. But there's just really a lot of information on the internet, and it can get a little bit overwhelming. So sometimes it's nice to watch a couple channels. I sort of use Google. Fix a flat tire. I just realized I had a nail in my tire and I had this slow leak, so now I got to take care of that. It'd be fun to do a tire repair video. I've never fixed my own flat before. It would really be a good time to start practicing stuff like that. Oh man, I've kind of been stressed out about work recently, which is kind of silly because there's really no inherent reason to get stressed out at work. It's just sort of, I don't know. I just kind of carry stress with me from life, from the house, from finance stuff that I'm going through right now. It's kind of just a lot of crap. And then some of the stuff at work that I just deal with every day is just really annoying. It's not even the big stuff, it's just like little annoying stuff. And not being in management, I have a very limited ability to instigate change at work. In fact, Kevin, I wonder if you have any insight on how to bring about meaningful change at work when you're not in a position of authority, Your supervisor is well-meaning but semi-incompetent, which sets the tones for the team to be kind of semi-competent. The supervisor's boss is cool and kind of slowly coming into the mix. So I wonder, Kevin, if you have any thoughts about that. And while you're thinking about that, I'm going to pull into my driveway and hopefully I don't lose this stream. Oh man, I am tired and feeling phenomenal. Oh, oh Lord. Oh, and the trash and the recycle. Oh. I will say living alone is kind of chill, and then I make so little trash, I don't even have to put the trash can out every week, which is kind of nice. But, oh, man, I tell you. So, Kevin, what, maybe you're typing a response to that question I had, but real quick before I head out, I wonder, what kind of hobbies you working on in your retirement other than prepping and watching YouTube videos? You do like any crafts or just out of sheer curiosity, just kind of been hanging out at the house with the whole COVID thing, or because who knows, maybe our hobbies align, or maybe you're into something that I'm interested in. I'm always curious, like what people do. Work like you're working for yourself. Yeah, I do. I do every single day. I really, um, oh, let me close my gate real quick. God, I feel like crap. Yeah, Kevin, that is a really, really great point. Um, I've kind of tried to do the self-employed thing and it didn't really work out due to a couple different reasons. Um, but I see these employees at work, you know, on their phone, relaxing, having a conversation with another coworker. And look, I get like sometimes you want to check a text message, sometimes you want to skip forward on the song, but you can tell people who skip on the next song and then they get back to work versus people who like stare at their phone for like 5 minutes when the boss isn't watching. And I have a relatively low opinion of people who malinger. And in my mind, like fucking around for a minute and fucking around for 20 minutes, it's not really a big difference. Granted, 20 minutes is 19 minutes longer than 1 minute, but I don't do social media, but I want to keep touching on your points, Kevin. And I'll be if you want, post a link to one of your videos. I'll throw it up on the live stream. I really don't mind. I don't really have a problem with people spamming. In fact, maybe I can make you a moderator. Oh, I don't know how to do that yet in StreamYard. But anyways, I accidentally almost removed you from the stream. No, I don't really do Facebook and stuff like that. I think it's largely a waste of time. Um, Not to say that it is a waste of time. I'm just not personally a fan of it. Like if I'm if I'm not connecting to someone like via a live stream or in person, like I don't know. I don't care. I grew up before MySpace, right? I grew up before all the social media stuff. I know you did too. I'm only guessing because you're retired. Maybe you're 25 and that's, but most people aren't able to retire at 25. Yeah, Facebook's a waste of time, honestly. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that crap is literally designed to keep people distracted and placated. And I'm not really a fan because like when you think about it, 50 years from now, does anybody care about your tweet or your Facebook post or your Facebook page? Probably not. But in 50 years from now, maybe my video about lashing together an A-frame will still be on YouTube. It's crazy to think of like YouTube being like 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old. I mean, if YouTube never dies, at some point my videos will be 100 years old. So somebody 100 years from now could be watching this video. Hello, future. Hello to the future. I hope I hope you got all your shit figured out because we're already in the future now and we're supposed to have a lot of stuff figured out and we haven't. So, but back to this whole idea of work. Does my company appreciate me? A little bit. I mean, a little bit. Not as much as I'd like to be appreciated, but you know, I don't live to work. Um, I don't know if I work to live either, but anyways, I talk about work a lot because I spend a lot of time work. My career is very important to me, but I don't go to work or I don't strive to be appreciated at work. It would be nice. In fact, I joke with managers at work all the time, you can hold the carrot in front of the donkey for a long time, but at some point you have to give the donkey a carrot. Otherwise, the donkey's going to kick you and say, fuck off. So try it with the dog. Try to teach your dog to do something, and then you're going to give it a treat or some sort of positive re-encouragement, good boy, pat on the head, whatever. And then try to get your dog to do something and don't give it anything. Not a look, not encouragement, not a pet. See how well that works. The whole genius of Pavlov was that you connect a signal with the behavior, but without the signal, you don't get the behavior. Pavlov couldn't make a dog drool without the bell. He had to have the bell. Well, I mean, you could use the food, but the point is the bell came and the dog thought the food was coming and the dog associated the bell with food. So when he rang the bell, the dog thought the food was coming. So same thing with the carrot and the donkey. If you just tell your employees, work hard, work hard, work hard, and you don't ever give them anything, you're only going to get so much out of them. You're only going to get as much as they feel like working. You're not going to get the most out of them. And that's what really bugs me, I think, about work is that I know that we're not getting the most out of our team because of the way the team is being managed. Yeah, and as far as this whole CEO of self-incorporated and my work is my product, I am basically known on my shift and in general as being an extreme hard ass when it comes to quality. If there's a fucking speck of dust on something and it's supposed to be clean, I will probably ask someone to re-clean it, re-dry it, re-wet it, re-wash it, re-put it together, take it apart, whatever it is that we're doing, right? People know when they call me over to buy something off to verify that something is A, B, C, whatever, that it better be fucking good. And I like that. I like that a lot. Nobody ever comes to me and says, hey, can you buy this off? It's not really that good, but I know you're just going to buy it off anyways. People don't come to me with that shit. That being said, I always try to treat people with as much respect as possible. So I give them honest, fair feedback. Hey, there's a couple things here. If you wouldn't mind doing ABC, shouldn't take too long. After that, I think it'll be great. I'll be right over here. Call me when you're done. No big deal. So I try to really downplay because there's a lot of emotions involved at work. Let me turn this light off. I really don't feel like having it in my face right now. So there's a lot of emotions at work because everyone is maybe I'll turn the light on just so there's some light. So everyone is like always wants their product to be good, and they feel like their work is the best, and if you tell them that their work is not acceptable, sometimes they get upset. But that's not really the point of building things to a standard. You have to build it to the standard no matter what. If you dig a trench and I say it needs to be 24 inches deep and it's 23 inches deep, but you think it's the best trench in the world, I'm sorry. It's either 24 inches deep or it's not. And whether or not I'm hurting your feelings by telling you got to dig 24-inch deep trench, it's not really my problem because my job is to make sure the trench is 24 inches deep. I don't dig trenches at work, but I can dig trenches like a fucking professional. And the point is, if somebody asked me to dig a 24-inch trench, I would dig a 24-inch trench. So I do want a dog. I love I love dogs, but I'm at work 50 hours a week and I'm away from the house at least another like hour each day on top of that for driving. So that's like 55 hours a week. The thing that really stops me from getting a dog, it's not so much leaving it home all day. The dogs on both sides of the house would bark. They would all bark all fucking day. And I guess it doesn't matter that much, but what I might start doing is trying to find a place where I can volunteer with dogs. I might start fostering dogs, but you know, it's just it's a little bit tough, right? Because when I get home, I want to relax. When you get home, your dog goes fucking crazy and they want to do this and that and they're excited for like an hour. I'm not exactly trying to take my dog for a walk at 2 in the morning, although there's not a lot of people out, so it wouldn't be a terrible time to go for a walk. But quite the philosopher. That's funny. Um, Live to work, don't work to live. Yeah, the whole saying is kind of funny. I'm actually working right now so that I don't have to work at some point in the future. I mean, in theory, I could probably rent out my entire house plus the garage, and that would almost cover all my bills. That would basically cover all the house and the bills on the house, but it wouldn't cover like my cell phone and food if I was like literally sleeping in my car in the front yard. Um, yeah, dogs just like to bark. I mean, a lot of dogs, not all dogs. Actually, my neighbor across the street, their German Shepherd barks at everything and is a real piece of shit. Their Golden Retriever doesn't bark at all. Very good Golden Retriever. Um, yeah, treat others like you want to be treated, of course. Oh my gosh. But sorry. If your channel, Kevin channel Kevin Burke, um, I'll check it out. Between myself, Uncle Owl, and a few of the other kind of people in the network, like Just in Time Prepping, we can give you a few shout outs, but honestly, your own consistency, the quality of your videos, the frequency of your videos, and the topic of your videos will really matter more than anything as far as growing your channel. If I could make a suggestion, and it's not something that I've really been good about my channel, I would try to find a balance between things that you really enjoy talking about, things that your audience wants to hear about, and things that are kind of well optimized from an SEO standpoint or search engine optimization. So, for example, Biden getting elected, what he's doing with the immigration thing. I mean, not like you have to get political, but things that are in the news, things that people are looking at in the news. For example, I live in California. Gavin Newsom recently decided he's going to magically open up the state, which makes you wonder, like, if it was really that bad, why did he keep it closed during Trump? Was he trying to make Trump look bad and all that stuff, right? Now, I'm not the most political person, but that affects me. I live in California. I'm also not the biggest fan of Gavin Newsom and this whole mask nonsense, right? So that would be my recommendation. Things that you enjoy, things that your audience enjoys. Yeah, exactly. So that would be a great video, Kevin. And you don't necessarily have to even take it to a conservative liberal place. You can kind of just talk about energy. Um, you could do a video like, should we be drilling oil? Should we try to stop drilling oil soon? Or should we just rely on the fact that eventually the demand might be so low, at least for automobiles, that it's not really like a big deal? I mean, at the rate that they're pumping out Teslas, which is friggin' insane, at some point, there's going to be so many charging stations and so many Teslas, they're going to be like 20 grand, that if you can get free gas at work, gas being energy, if you can charge your car for free at work and the car is 20 grand, but you never have to pay for gas the rest of your life, granted the batteries don't last forever, but people are stupid. They'll buy a brand new car, finance it $400 a month, $500 a month, pay $300 a month. So they're paying $800 a month, but I don't have to pay for gas. Well, guess what? My car doesn't cost anything, and I pay like, I don't know, $150, $200 a month in gas. So how long is it going to take you to break even buying a $30,000 car at $800 a month? People don't make good financial decisions sometimes. It kind of cracks me up. Yeah, obviously, oil and gas are going to be with us for a while. We're not running out anytime soon. There's a lot. We do use a lot, but I think honestly, we're going to start seeing ships going a little bit more hybrid. I don't know if small nuclear power is ever going to take off. We might start seeing nuclear oil tankers, nuclear cargo tankers. We really should. We really should use nuclear powered cargo tankers. They'd be a lot cleaner than whatever those old nasty diesel burning, oil burning, whatever engines are. I don't know what kind of engines large cargo tankers have in them, but fuel oil, I don't know. But yeah, the bike, it's kind of going to be raining a little bit this week, but the bike is give or take roadworthy. So we're going to be jumping on that at some point in the future. I don't have a GoPro for it, but I might be able to borrow one from work. So that will be fun. One of my last motorcycle videos from a couple years ago, I literally taped the cell phone to the guard in front of the mouth. And the crappy part was the cell phone was angled down. Um, well, I have kind of a rebuttal to that. It would take a bit of a, you know, let me say this. For people who drive any kind of moderate distance with a very modest solar system, I would say you're probably correct. If you had a decent sized solar system and you took mostly local trips, you might be able to make it. So if you go to the store once a week, let's say you'd say you, yeah, I mean, going to work, let's say you drove 100 miles a week. You're very close to work, you're very close to the stores. Somehow you only drive 100 miles a week. A few wind generators and I don't know, 20, 30 grand worth of solar might be enough to charge your car as well as power your house. If you drive 50 miles to and from work every day and you live in a house like mine, even if your whole roof is covered with solar panels, it might not be it might not be enough. So anyways, I think green energy is definitely not a miracle. It takes energy to make solar panels, and manufacturing solar panels is dirty. You know, windmills take a lot of energy, um, and a lot of resources to put together. What's up, Uncle Al? I'm not in a good mood, so be nice. Um, Clean energy is not going to save us tomorrow. We absolutely should be trying to figure out better ways to make solar panels, better ways to make windmills, you know, and stuff like that. Honestly, you know what California should do? California should just make like wood burning power plants and just a very high temperature wood burning power plant and cut all this crap that's in all these forests that the ecologists don't want us to mess with, or the not ecologists, but that's the word I'm looking for, environmentalists. See, if you're an environmentalist, you're like, oh, anything we do is bad for the environment. If you're an ecologist, you say, well, a healthy forest system needs to be managed, and if we're not going to let it burn, then we have to clear some of this underbrush. So in Europe and in other countries, they burn trash in these furnaces, which are like super duper duper hot, and the the fumes coming out are relatively clean because they burn so hot. Also, when you're in a smaller country, you don't have anywhere to put all this trash, so it's not like you're just gonna um, just put it in a hill like we do in America. We just pile it on some fucking hill somewhere, which is really stupid. So, so yeah, wind, you know, alternate forms of energy besides coal are good, but that doesn't mean we need to stop mining coal tomorrow, stop drilling for gas. I don't even like fracking, but I think as far as just increasing domestic production, it's not the worst thing in the world. Um, so yeah, think I'm too tired to have a coherent live stream any longer. But Kevin, keep making those videos. If you have, I'll try to check out. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I'll try to check out your channel a little bit tonight. Um, I've given you a few tips on how to grow your YouTube channel. It's literally something that there's thousands and thousands of videos on. Just but you know, stay true to yourself. Anybody can grow their channel and have it just turn into a bunch of garbage. But I think growing a channel that's you know, based on like stuff that you're into is a little more of a high quality endeavor. So anyways, I am tired. Yes, thank you, Uncle Al. I do need a cheeseburger and a cold beer. For unfortunately, I only have one of those at my house right now, but it's the more important thing. So until next time, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me a little subscriber interaction tonight. I always love to connect with my subscribers. Yes, I do. And I didn't get a terrible night's sleep last night, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and keep prepping. Thanks for watching, guys.